Okay, this part is known as identifying salts. Okay, basically, it's in the newest notes I gave you, the one I just gave you, the last 2 pages. Okay, it's basically you have these, right? How do you know it's this? How do you know a carbonate salt is carbonate salt? Okay, so if I tell you I don't know what fruit this is, but when you squeeze the fruit, orange juice comes out. What do you think is the fruit? Orange. Okay, if you don't know what's this fruit, you squeeze the fruit, apple come out. What's the fruit? Apple lah. Okay, so a carbonate very easy. When you squeeze a carbonate, carbon dioxide comes out. Okay, but how do you make the carbon dioxide comes out? So when you want to test the carbonate, it's very easy. Here's the carbonate. You add acid. We already know acid plus carbonate, what do you get? Salt, water, and carbon dioxide. How do you test for carbon dioxide? Lime, lime water. What's the color change of lime water? Cloud. So if lime water becomes cloudy, then you know got carbon dioxide. If got carbon dioxide, you know it's carbonate. That's how you test for the presence of carbonate. Okay? If got no carbon dioxide, then what does it mean? It is not carbonate. Okay? Effervescence means bubbling. You're going to see this word a lot. You don't know how to spell this word, it's okay. You just say bubbling. Why do you see bubbling? Because got carbon dioxide. Okay. Do you understand? Yeah. Okay. Chloride bromide iodide is basically the same. Okay. Where you have a solution, you don't know whether it's chloride, you don't know whether it's bromide, you don't know whether it's iodide. Because all the solution all look the same one. Okay. So the first thing you add is always add nitric acid. So you notice all this, you add nitric acid. The reason you add nitric acid is to make sure it's not a carbonate. Okay, to make sure it's not a carbonate. Okay, then you add silver nitrate. So you see all three tests are the same. Okay, can you please tell me what silver chloride, silver bromide, and silver iodide have in common? They are all insoluble, right now. So I already told you when soluble plus soluble suddenly it will mix together to become a solid. Okay, so all of this is observation, what you see. If you see there is a precipitate, that means there is chloride, bromide, iodide. If there is no precipitate, that means no chloride, no bromide, no iodide. Understand? Okay, so in this case, you look and see, you see a white precipitate. That means it's chloride. If you see a cream precipitate, that means it's bromide. And if you see a yellow precipitate, it's iodide. Okay, why do you see these precipitates? Do you remember what is it that happens? Okay, you see here, silver plus chloride, aqueous plus aqueous become silver chloride. So, 记得吗这个? Yeah, so this one is white precipitate. Precipitate means a solid that you see. Silver plus bromide. Silver bromide, solid also. So this one is a cream color, darker a bit. Silver plus iodide. you see silver iodide, which is yellow color. No cream. Cream is dark white. Cream 好像 yellowish 这样。等下我给你看那个 video. Okay, so basically it's making something that is insoluble. Okay, can? Okay, so now sulfate, the one that is insoluble is barium. So 一样 lor. So you just take nitric acid first, and then you add barium nitrate. And what you're supposed to see? White precipitate. If there is a precipitate, because soluble barium plus soluble sulfate become M. Alright? Okay, sulfide 不一样的。Okay, sulfide 是不一样的。Sulfide 是用 potassium manganate 7，你记得这个吗？ Acidified potassium manganate 7. What's the color? Changes from purple to colorless. 这个是那个 oxidizing agent, 记得吗？ So when you add this to sulfide, it will change from purple to colorless. Okay, can? Alright, this is this is anion test. Okay. Now we're going to do nitrate and ammonium. Okay, nitrate and ammonium 这两个好像差不多一样的。I teach you how to do. Okay, nitrate and ammonium. Okay, so what you need to understand is ammonia gas. The test for ammonia gas is the damp red litmus paper turns. Okay, so is that? Put in the test tube. Okay. Put it in the tube. So the first thing you add is both of it, you add sodium hydroxide. Sodium hydroxide is an aqueous solution. Do you remember? Okay. And then both of it also you heat it up. Okay. Both of them will release ammonia gas. How do you know something is ammonia gas? You take a red litmus paper. The red litmus paper will turn blue because alkaline. Get it? So if red litmus turns blue, that means got ammonia gas. Got ammonia gas means got these two things. But then the test is the same. There's one difference. For testing of nitrate, you also put a piece of aluminium foil. Okay? So if you put aluminium foil and then you heat up and then got ammonia gas, ta-da, it's nitrate. If you just heat up and then there's ammonia gas without the aluminium foil, but you just add sodium hydroxide, it is ammonium. Can you understand? Basically, is to test the presence of these two. 差不多一样的 test 啊。一个加 aluminium，一个没有加 aluminium。 nitrate 有加 aluminium, ammonium 有加 aluminium. Ammonium is heat up. Get it or not? I mean, like, if you do the test, then got this, that means it's ammonium lah. If don't have, that means maybe it's aluminium. Maybe it's nitrate. Understand or not? I don't know it is. I don't know it's this. If I do this test and this comes out, that means it is this. I put the aluminium in to test whether it is ammonium nitrate or not. Understand? 我不知道是不是，可是如果我做这个 test 有这个东西就是了，就是 nitrate。Then you 放sodium hydroxide 我 heat up 如果有 ammonia gas 就是了。If they release ammonia gas, both also will release ammonia gas. But this one, yes.
Okay, nitrate 的话，如果你有加 aluminium for this.
Yes, correct. Okay, 这些全部是 cation ion 啊。But I divide into two categories. Okay. 这个是有颜色的。Then this and this and this 是白色的。Okay. So basically 你拿一个 test tube 你知道它是谁吗？ Okay. 拿一个 test tube you don't know what's the ion inside. Okay. The first type of test is you add sodium hydroxide. Okay. But if you notice, okay, you all listen first. First, you add a few drops. Okay, you add a few drops. So when you add the first few drops, 可能3滴，可能5滴, add a few drops only, they will see some kind of change. Maybe got precipitate, maybe got blue color, yellow color, whatever. Okay, that's the first step. Then the same test tube, after you add a few drops, you add excess. 有时候这个 precipitate 会 disappear. 有时候这个 precipitate 还会在的。Okay, so you see, when you add, 全部都是 sodium hydroxide. You add white precipitate soluble in excess. That means first few drops you add the white precipitate, you add more, suddenly the white precipitate disappear, become solution again. White precipitate, but insoluble in excess. You add excess, so insoluble. Okay? And then zinc is white precipitate, also soluble in excess. Can see that? Okay? Then this one, green precipitate, light green precipitate, red brown precipitate. These are all the colors that you see, all insoluble in excess, except for this one. Only chromium is soluble. So this one is green, this one is blue, this one is green, this one is red brown. Okay? Okay, when you do the first test, okay, sometimes the color almost the same. So there's a second test, which is this one. So the one that you don't know, you add coarse ammonia. Also same thing, you add a few drops and you add a few more drops. Okay? I want you to look at all of this and see. Can you understand what's going on? The last thing I want to teach you today is flameless. Okay? Flame test. Flame test is like this. You take a Bunsen burner. Okay? This Bunsen burner, you must use the blue flame. Because blue flame is hotter. Okay? So you have a salt. You don't know what's salt. Okay? It could be lithium chloride, potassium, whatever, sodium, calcium. What you do is you take a chrome wire, a metal wire lah, and then you dip inside, and then you dip the salt. And then you take this and then you put it inside the blue flame of the Bunsen burner, and then you observe. If it's red flame, it's lithium. If it's yellow flame, it's sodium. If it's lilac is purple, it's potassium. If it's orange red, it's calcium. If it's a light green, it's barium. If it's blue green, it's copper. Okay. Okay, so the paper that I just gave you, this one, can you turn to this page? Question 3. This one. Okay, you all try and do this question. You can refer to the list. You can refer to the thing I just showed you and you can try and do this question. Okay, let's see. Test 1. Do a flame test. Light green color. So light green is variant. So you already know it's variant. To the second portion, add aqueous sodium hydroxide with aluminium foil. Okay. Warm the mixture. Gas turns red in the blue. So you already know this nitrate lah. Okay, so it's barium nitrate. To the third portion, add 1 centimeter of nitric acid followed by silver nitrate. This is supposed to test for chloride, bromide, iodide. But no change, that means no lah, don't have this three lah.
Is that proof that no halogen?
Yes, not halide. No chloride, bromide. Halogen is chlorine. This is halide. Halogen. Halogen is the molecule. Halide is the ion. Okay. The blue flame of a Bunsen burner. What is test 2?
Question ammonia.
Yeah, the gas is ammonia.
Using fire to take the method.
Can. State what we observe if the student adds dilute sulfuric acid. No, but barium what? Barium sulfate is insoluble ma. So here is sulfuric or sulfate.
Oh.
So what precipitate? So iron 2 carbonate, about 10 centimeter cube of dilute sulfuric acid is added. Okay, any gas given now is given. So you see bubbling. And then gas turns lime water cloudy. Okay. So it says iron 2, you see green precipitate. You add excess, it's still green precipitate. Do you all understand how to do? Okay. Make sense?